brought to you by Penguin.
Penguin Audio presents The Smartest Guys in the Room, The Amazing Rise and Scandalous Fall of Enron, by Bethany McLean and Peter Elkind. Read by Dennis Boutsikaris. From Enron's 1998 annual report. Our values. Respect. We treat others as we would like to be treated ourselves. We do not tolerate abusive or disrespectful treatment. Ruthlessness, callousness, and arrogance don't belong here. Integrity. We work with customers and prospects openly, honestly, and sincerely. When we say we will do something, we will do it. When we say we cannot or will not do something, then we won't do it. Communication. We have an obligation to communicate. Here, we take the time to talk with one another and to listen. We believe that information is meant to move and that information moves people. Excellence. We are satisfied with nothing less than the very best in everything we do. We will continue to raise the bar for everyone. The great fun here will be for all of us to discover just how good we can really be. Introduction. On a cool Texas night in late January, Cliff Baxter slipped out of bed. He stuffed pillows under the covers so his sleeping wife wouldn't notice he was gone. Then he stepped quietly through his large suburban Houston home, taking care not to awaken his 2 children. The door alarm didn't make a sound as he entered the garage. He disabled the security system before turning in. Then, dressed in blue jogging slacks, a blue t-shirt, and moccasin slippers, he climbed into his new black Mercedes-Benz S500 and drove out into the night. At 43, John Clifford Baxter, the son of a Long Island policeman, had made it big in Texas. Before quitting his job 8 months earlier, he had served as vice chairman of a great American corporation, capping a decade-long career as the company's top dealmaker. Baxter was rich, too, thanks to a generous helping of stock options, a millionaire many times over. But as he cruised the empty streets of Sugar Land, Texas, Baxter was drowning in dark thoughts. Always given to mood swings, he had become deeply depressed in recent days, consumed by the spectacular scandal that had engulfed his old company. Everyone seemed to be after him. A congressional committee had already called. The FBI and SEC would surely be next. Would he have to testify against his friends? The plaintiff's lawyers had named him as a defendant in a huge securities fraud suit. Baxter was convinced they were having him tailed and rummaging through his family's trash. Then there was the media, pestering him at home a dozen or more times a day. Did he know it had gone wrong? How could America's 7th biggest company just blow up? Where had the billions gone? No one, at this early stage, viewed Baxter as a major player in the company's crash, yet he took it all personally. In phone calls and visits with friends, he railed for hours about the scandal's taint. "It's as if they're calling us child molesters," he complained. "That will never wash off." Desperate to get away, he'd spent part of the previous week sailing in the Florida Keys. Sailing was one of Baxter's passions. For years he'd decompressed floating on Galveston Bay aboard his 72-foot yacht Tranquility Base. But he'd sold the boat several months earlier. When Baxter returned from Florida, his doctor prescribed antidepressants and sleeping pills and told him to see a psychiatrist. He'd called the shrink's office that day to make an appointment. But when the receptionist explained that the schedule was booked until February, Baxter hung up. He wasn't going to wait that long. Less than 48 hours later, at about 2:20 a.m. on January 25, 2002, Baxter stopped his Mercedes on Palm Royale Boulevard, a mile and a half from his home. It was cloudy and a bit...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?